All right. What's up, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whatever it is, when you watch this video, just make it apply. Prepare yourself for this reading. Goddamn. Um, remember, guys, Outer Spirit has some really beautiful, powerful crystals. I have my green jade on, which is good for bringing in money. Green jade is really good, especially if you go to my website and pair it with a mojo bag. Wearing your green jade and putting your mojo bag in the most dominant side or where you put money. If you carry a purse, put it in your purse because that's where your pocketbook is. That's so old to say pocketbook, but it is what it is. I already said it. And then you have your rose quartz. Rose quartz is good for love and self-love, and especially if you go to my website and you pair it with a love mojo bag. These tools are really good for helping you to manifest and to bring in the things that you need. The only thing that I can tell you is try it out. The website is otterspirit.com. The link is going to be in the description. I know we don't love checking the description, but once you go to the description, it's going to tell you what the video is about. And then right under that is going to be my website as well as the website for Otter Spirit. And it's going to have their discount code. They are giving my followers a discount code that you can, I believe is like a 20% some discount that they're giving my followers. So, hey, take advantage of it and get your crystals. Crystals is one of these things we should be wearing anyways. When you look at the Bible, where, the group that always try to condemn us for being spiritual, but yet it's so much spirituality in the Bible. When you look in the Bible, when you look at the 12 tribes of Israel, which is very important in the Christian faith, when concerning the Bible, the 12 tribes of Israel is very important. If you don't know what the 12 tribes of Israel is, you should really ask yourself, am I really a Christian? But the 12 tribes of Israel, every last one of them had a healing crystal that was associated with their tribe. And so even in the Bible, we see the use of crystals. You see the use of everything in the Bible: crystals, incense, the whole 9 yards. But crystals are very important. When it came to the priests, they had to wear certain crystals on their breastplate, especially when going into the Tent of Tabernacle. If we don't know what the Tent of Tabernacle is, we have to ask ourselves, are we really Christian? Because it's crazy that Christians are always trying to condemn the spiritual people, but the spiritual people know more about their Bible than what they do. Anyways, we'll move on. I'm sorry if the meditation music is loud. It is 4 in the morning here, and so Elijah is still asleep. Whenever someone is asleep in the house, we play meditation music. I don't know who energy I'm tapping into, but whoever the last reading was for, this reading is for you as well. Both of these readings are very connected because this is a love again, where it's like, do you love me or do you hate me? Do you hate me or do you love me? It's like, once again, it's on that fence of, is this gonna be love or hate? It's a very, crazy reading. It's especially when, both of these readings are picking up on the same element. Normally whenever I get readings back to back to back to back, that means, spirit is really trying to convey something to someone. And so if the last reading was for you, this one is definitely for you. Normally I never compare the readings like that. But this is one of those readings where both of those readings need to be listened to like back to back, or at least listen to both of these readings, because both of these readings are very divinely connected with one another. I like this one a whole lot better than the last one. The last one, there was active energy of really attacking the other person. Um, but this one is showing the potential of this connection. Now, it's some toxic ass shit here, but at the end of the day, whoever this relationship is talking about, I really hope you guys get your shit together. I'm praying that you get your shit together. I have never had a reading like this that it is so potent that this is a twin flame, that this is a divine partnership. Like, this is beautiful energy. This relationship has so much potential. Why the fuck are you fucking this up? You have the Empress and the Emperor in the horizontal positions, which is the crossing energy and the challenge position. You start the overall energy with the Magician and the High Priestess. And then in the crowning energy, you have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. This is a very powerful couple. This is if y'all get y'all shit together, this is going to be a couple that is really going to be able to inspire the world, that is really going to be able to touch lives, change lives, that is going to be very powerful spiritually. Like, this is a really good pairing, but there's issues here. It's issues here. But this is a pairing that, if it comes together, it is going to be so amazing for the world to see. It's going to be one of those things that is really going to benefit the collective. But there is a lot of shit here. So let's go ahead and get into the reading, and let's talk about this toxic ass love. And, let's always wonder in the back of our mind, why the fuck do we make love so complicated? Love do not have to be this complicated, but we make it complicated. I know in the last reading I was saying, I hope this love don't find me. In this reading, I'm like, I don't mind it finding me, because this is a really powerful, reading. But at the end of the day, it's like I don't want the toxic energy, when it comes to these relationships, where it's like, why can't it just come together in a normal, healthy way? But we're humans, we're flawed, and because of that, we got some shit. We got some shit, and we bring some baggage to the table always. The overall energy, we're starting off with the Magician. The Magician is the master of elements. When you look at the Magician card, everything is present here in the Magician, and it's very similar. It's very similar to the Emperor and the Empress, but it's telling two different things. When it comes to the Emperor and the Empress, it is saying that you're the master of all of these archetypes, that you are the King of Cups, which is emotional balance and stability. You are the King of Wands, which is beautiful attraction, spirituality, and passion. That, you are the King of Pentacles, which is stability, financially stable. And that you are the King of Swords, which is very intelligent and sharp in your mind, and you possess the ability to communicate. And so the Emperor and the Empress, tells you that you are the combination of all of these archetypes, which is growth in and of itself. This can be seen as a very mature person. When you have the Magician, though, the Magician is not talking about the archetype of the personality. The Magician is talking about the elements. And so the Magician is saying that you're not the King of Cups. It's saying that you are the cup, that you have emotional stability. You know how to use the element of water, that you have pentacles, you know how to have money flowing in and material possession. You have swords, you know how to use your mental energy, and you have wands, which is spiritual energy. That, the universe symbol is above the magician head, and then the magician has a staff in his hand, and he's holding his hand up, to the sky. So much symbolism in here. The elements is saying that, this is someone that knows how to use the elements. And if they don't know how to use the elements, it's saying that this is available to you. This is someone that will be really good with alchemy, because it is saying that, look, the elements is in your DNA. It is in your bloodline. You can use this power if you decide. And then not only that, it's saying that, universe shine on you. This is someone that's very anointed, with universe being over their head. This is someone that can be extremely guarded when it comes to having angels and ancestors and stuff around them, protecting them 24/7. And with the staff in their hands, and their hands is up, it automatically reminds you of Moses. That, God said that as long as your hands is up and you're holding this staff, the Israelites is gonna win. I believe that was Moses. If not, I believe it was Moses. We'll see. But it is symbolism, and that is the one thing about spirituality, is that spirituality is the combination of everything. When you are really spiritual, you're not just one thing. You're not just Ifa. You're not just Christian. You're not just Catholic. You're not just Muslim. You're not just, Buddhist. You're not just this one thing. Spirituality, it takes the spiritual components of everything, where, even to this day, I still speak in tongues because I grew up Pentecostal apostolic. And when I do it, it's a benefit to me. I still, do spell work, working with, candles and herbs and all types of elements. I still use the Bible because it's incantations in there. Using the Psalms and everything like that is incantations. The church I go to on Sunday, we do communion every single Sunday, and that's a full-blown ritual. And so you learn how to take the good in everything and to use it to your advantage. That is what alchemy is that it's not focusing on one thing and saying, I'm only Ifa, I'm only hoodoo. Alchemy is very powerful because it takes everything and it knows how to blend it well and to blend it the correct way. A lot of people say, oh no, you can't mix these things. You can't do a hoodoo spell and ask an Orisha to bless it. If you know what you're doing, you can. All of these things blend together, and every last one of these things is a mixture of so much. It's a mixture of Catholic. It's a mixture of, and I say Catholic to represent everything because technically, in Christianity, all of it started from Catholic. And so it's a mixture of Catholic. It's a mixture of African spirituality. It's a mixture of the Cuban spirituality. It's such a mixture of everything that I don't see how people can think that this stuff can't be mixed when technically by nature it is already mixed. It's already fucking mixed. So this is someone that is very, very powerful, or they possess the potential to be very powerful. That, this is someone that really can use the elements to their advantage. Now, the dark side of this is because, this person is very bitter. You see this with the hidden emotion. This is someone that's very bitter. And so, once again, even though this person possessed a lot of potential, this is someone that is attacking the other person. And when the magician is seen in a negative way, the magician is a trickster. This could be someone that is a manipulator, and they know how to manipulate people well. The magician represents the throat chakra, which is speaking. This person can be a really good liar. This is someone that when they lie, people believe their lies, and people don't see the crack in their lies. And this is someone that could have did a lot of damage to the other person by the lies that they speak. This is someone that could have, told a false narrative about the other person, and it's all because they're bitter. This is someone that's extremely bitter when it comes to the other person. And so the magician is a master manipulator, whether it is using the elements or whether it is using gossip and rumors. This is somebody that know how to take something and run with it, where someone can make a comment and say, oh, I think this person is controlling. And the magician, yeah, they are controlling. Let me tell you this story. And people will actually believe it. You know, it is very hard to see through the lies that the magician tells, because the magician is a master manipulator and a trickster and know how to use the things around them. That is what the magician card is all about, is knowing how to use the things that's around you. Around him in the depiction is the cups, the wands, the swords, and the pentacles. And this is someone that definitely know how to use their resources, even if it means that is using it for bad in order to destroy you in some type of way. You have paired with the magician, you have the High Priestess, you know, and when you look at the High Priestess, it's like, can you compare? Can you compare? You know, this is a really good pairing, but at the end of the day, a magician trying to attack a High Priestess, it's like, will you survive? The High Priestess is, and I told you this before, to me, the High Priestess exceeds the Empress. She exceeds the Empress. That the Empress is the representation of a divine feminine, but you get the energy of being an Empress from the High Priestess. The High Priestess in and of itself is spirit. This is a walking spirit. You know what I'm saying? The High Priestess is the representation of Holy Spirit. The High Priestess is the representation of Ashe. The High Priestess is the representation of Ori. The High Priestess is very powerful. It's like, you know, how can you fuck with a High Priestess? You know, because it's like the well that the magician is drawing from in order to use magic is the High Priestess. The High Priestess is like, bitch, I'm the well. So how can you use anything from me to attack me? And so the High Priestess is someone that is grounded in spirituality. This is someone that their intuition is off the chart. They can see things a mile away. They can see things way before it happens. And when things happen in the High Priestess life, it's like, you know, you wanted it to happen, because at the end of the day, you have foresight, insight, discernment, and everything else out of this world that you can prevent majority of the things that happen in your life. The High Priestess is someone that is, you know, it's like, you know, it's not like the magician where is knowing how to use the element. Bitch, you are the element. you are the element. The chakra that represents the High Priestess is the third eye. This is someone that the third eye is open. This is someone that's very awakened. This is someone that is very elevated. This is someone that, you know, you really shouldn't be fucking with, because this is someone that knows how to use their ancestors, call on their deities. You know, this is someone with sacred knowledge. They know how to possess those sacred things. But this pairing together is an unstoppable couple. You know, I'm gonna be real with you, and I'm not even gonna hold you. I like this pairing more than the Emperor and the Empress, because the Emperor and the Empress, it talks about the archetype of the personalities. The magician and the High Priestess is pure power. This is pure power. You know, this can be a very powerful spiritual couple, but there's a lesson that you guys are going through, and I really hope that you learn this lesson and you get through this, because this can be a very powerful couple spiritually. I mean, this couple get together, it's like there's no such things as demons. There's no such things as spirits, because they knock that shit out just like that. This is someone that can be a very powerful couple if they get their shit together. You have the Eight of Pentacles as the clarifier for this couple. The Eight of Pentacles, it talks about hard work, and the Eight of Pentacles, it talks about apprenticeship. And so when you break down in apprenticeship, this is in a stage of learning, you're studying. And so it's telling me that there's still lessons that this couple need to learn. There's still lessons that this couple need to learn. And this could be someone in separation, because the lesson that is meant has not been learned yet. And so because of that, there's still a separation within this connection. But my God, man, this is a very powerful couple. I really hope you get your shit together, because this can be a pairing out of this world. But the Magician is bitter. The Magician is very bitter. And when someone is bitter, they can attack. This is someone that could be attacking the High Priestess in some type of way. And, with the Magician representing the throat chakra and being a master manipulator, this could be someone that's telling lies on you. This could be someone that is telling false narratives. This is someone that's talking about you behind your back. They're talking shit, spreading gossip. And you have, for the Oracle card, which is more aligned with the High Priestess is dodging bullets. This is someone that sees the attacks, they knows the attacks, and this is someone that is dodging bullets. The one thing that I love about this Oracle card is that, this reminds me of the connection of King Saul and King David, where King David, for the life of him, would never attack King Saul. Even though King Saul did all of these things to attack this man, to destroy this man, and even tried to kill this man, and it was out of pure jealousy, King David never attacked King Saul. King David said that at the end of the day, this person is still anointed by God, and who am I to touch God anointed? And that is what is going on with the Magician and the High Priestess. This could be a relationship that is fueled by jealousy. That at the end of the day, when you put the Magician and the High Priestess in the same room, even though both are powerful, the High Priestess is always going to get the spotlight. The High Priestess is the one that people will go to the most. This is, the High Priestess is pure energy. And this is something that could have caused a lot of jealousy within the connection, is that the High Priestess is a little bit more developed. This is someone that shine a whole lot more. And so there could be jealousy within this relationship. And because of this jealousy and the person not knowing how to handle that jealousy, they could have attacked you in multiple ways. That even when you broke up, you could have found out that they were spreading rumors about you before you guys even broke up. And this is all because of pure jealousy. Why do you shine so much? Not everybody can handle high energy in a relationship. Not everybody know how to handle that. Not even the Magician. That is the perfect pairing for the High Priestess. And so this is someone that is dodging bullets from the Empress, that they are saying, look, at the end of the day, even though you're attacking me, when I say that I love somebody, I really love somebody. I'm not going to do anything to harm you. This is someone that is saying, even though I can do spell work to destroy your life and to bring so much chaos and confusion in your life, I'm not going to lift a hand. I'm not going to do anything to harm you at all. You can keep trying to attack me in every single way, because at the end of the day, what this person doing is not touching them. It's saying that this person is dodging bullets. It's not saying that the bullets are landing. And so this is someone, like I said, if the high priestess, if something hurt you and attached to you, it's because that's what you wanted. Because the high priestess has too much intuition, too much foresight, and everything else to be defeated, to fall into traps. The high priestess is an energy that you see things miles away. And so this is someone that is dodging the bullets from their other half, but they're not attacking this person in any type of way. The high priestess is someone that's very spiritual and very grounded, and they are literally the representation of a walking spirit. This is someone with very powerful energy. You have in the crossing energy, you have the judgment card, which the judgment card is an awakening. This is someone that's awakening to something. And you have as the clarifier, the Empress. This is someone that's waking up to the energy of the Empress, to their divine counterpart. Someone is, and the person that's waking up is the Emperor. He's the one that's right across in the horizontal position, in the challenge position. And so the Emperor is waking up and realizing who the Empress is. They damn, not only is this person the Empress, which is the personality archetype, that is the personality that they possess, the physical form of what they possess, but the spiritual form of what this person possess is the full-blown high priestess. And so this person is waking up and seeing the Empress for who they truly are, that this is a divine feminine that possesses a lot of feminine energy with the high priestess. And so there's an awakening that is occurring. You have, as the hidden emotion, you have boundaries, that boundaries are being set. The Empress, the high priestess, which is the same person in this reading, they're setting boundaries. You do have, as the oracle card, you have legal issues. This other person can be running you through the courts or causing you some type of problems. Legal issues, it represents facing court matters, paperwork, and delays in dealing with authority. And so this is, whether they are running you through the courts, whether they are calling the police on you, whether they are calling DCS on you, this is someone that is attacking you in some type of way with the law. And so, but at the end of the day, once again, you're dodging bullets, you're making it through all of these attacks that the other person is giving you. Love do not have to be this complicated. Why we make love this complicated, nobody knows. But at the end of the day, this has so much potential. And I know it's like, Rashad, why are you saying this have so much potential when this is some chaotic shit? It's chaotic, but at the end of the day, the cards don't lie. This has so much potential to be something extremely beautiful. It's just, somebody got to heal and get rid of this bitterness, because, this is someone where they love you so deeply that because of the things that happened, and because they don't have access to you, and because they can't get back with you, this is someone that they love you so much that it's like it turns into hate. It turns into an attack. Because at the end of the day, when someone loves you, they cannot get you off of their mind. And so it's like, if I can't be with you, then I'm going to just try to destroy you. And I know this is some toxic ass shit, but this is someone that's not knowing how to deal with the love that they have for you and not knowing how to bring this thing back together. And so instead of getting advice and counsel from wise people of how to bring this thing back together, they result in lower energy of trying to attack you. You have in the crowning energy, which once again tell this story, you have the Sun card, which is the happiest card in the deck. This is someone that you were with that you were extremely happy with. You seen this as a blessing from God. You seen this as a coven. You seen this as something beautiful. But quickly, this energy eventually end up turning into the Eight of Swords. That it caused a lot of nightmares and despair. It made you feel imprisoned. Um, Actually, it's the Nine of Swords. It caused a lot of anxiety and breakdowns, and this is the card that is directly in the middle, which means this is the energy that you are currently in right now. The happiness was the past. The present is the Nine of Swords. It's a lot of misery within this connection. But the last card is the future. And the future is that this is eventually going to end up being a passionate new beginning. Somehow, some way, this thing is going to work itself out, and it's probably because this is guided by spirit, that there's going to be an opportunity for a passionate new beginning. And maybe you got to whoop this person ass a little bit more by keep dodging all of their attacks, and then eventually this is going to end up going back into love. I know it's some crazy ass shit, but hey, that is what the cards is saying. Baby, I can't tell you anything else besides besides what is besides what is in these damn cards. You know, that's all I can tell you. But this is definitely someone that's there. You're gonna have the opportunity to get back together. In the challenge position, you see the past, the present, and the future. The past was the happiest time of your life. The present is the most horrible time of your life, is misery. But the future is a passionate new beginning, which means that at some point in this connection, there was a tower moment. And, this remind me of the song Tasha Cobb's Gracefully Broken, that this connection had to break up in order for it to come back beautiful, which means that even though you were in the happiest place possible, there was still a lot of toxic things within this connection that spirit said, I gotta break this up and deal with you separately. And then once I've dealt with you separately, I can bring you back together. Because this is someone that's going to eventually end up getting back together, regardless of how toxic this reading is. This is not like the last reading where I'm like, don't find me. This is kind of, it's still some toxic ass shit here, but I like, I've never had a reading like this that is a divine pairing in every section. The overall energy have the Magician and the High Priestess, the crossing energy and the crossing energy and the challenge position, which is horizontally connected with each other, is the Empress and the Emperor. And then in the crowning position, you have the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. And so that is where we're at now, that when you look at the clarifiers for the crowning energy, you have the King and Queen of Wands. The King and Queen of Wands, these are some badass bitches. Number one, both of these people are very attractive. This is a very attractive couple. Neither one of you can say that if you're not with me, you're not going to find anybody else. No, baby, both of these motherfuckers are very attractive. These are two fine ass people, two good looking people. The King and Queen of Wands is, once again, Wands represents magic. Wands represents magic and passion. These are two people that have a strong passion for one another, and these are two people that that are very powerful together spiritually. It's something about this connection that when you two are together, because the king and the empress and the emperor is talking about the personality type, the personality archetype, but both the magician and the high priestess, as well as the king of wands and the queen of wands, is talking more about the energy that you possess. You know, this is a very powerful couple spiritually, and in the challenge position, you are now more aligned more than anything, because the king and queen of wands, not only are they a divine pairing, but the king and queen of wands, when you look at what chakra represents them both, is the third eye, which means that both of these people are now awakened. Both of them are now awakened. There is an awakening that is going to happen, that both of these people are now awakened. Both of these people, both of their third eyes is now open. And now once both of their third eyes is open, the third card that you have for the clarifier is the Seven of Pentacles, which is all about investment. And it's saying that these two people are going to invest in each other. These two people are going to end up choosing each other. This is going to end up being a relationship that's going to come back together. And the Seven of Pentacles, it talks about long-term success. This is going to end up, being a couple where they were together for a period of time and then they separated. They could have separated for a couple of years. And when they got back together, they were together for a lifetime. That is what this reading is saying, that, there's a separation that occurred between you two, but eventually this thing is going to come back together, and it's going to come back together like never before. Very powerful, very powerful, very powerful connection. This is going to be a very powerful connection with this couple. I mean, just even feeling the energy from these cards, this is a very powerful connection. Pisces is the one thing that keeps standing out in this reading with the high priestess, as well as the queen of wands, because the queen of wands is Pisces and Aries. And the Queen of Wands represents water and fire. A lot of people think it's just fire only, but it's water and fire. Once again, it shows the power of whoever this divine feminine is, because when you look at the King of Wands is just fire. The King of Wands is just fire. That's it. And so this could be someone that can be very hot-headed. When you are dealing with fiery energy, this is someone that can be very hot-headed. That could be one of the things that happened in a relationship, that they go into a lot of tantrums, but the Queen of Wands is a duality. This is, water of fire, and that's why it represents Pisces and Aries. This could be someone, the divine feminine that is being talked about here. This could be someone, and you don't always got to look at your goddamn sun sign. This could be someone with Pisces heavy in their chart. It don't have to be your sun sign. It could be your descending sign. It could be your rising sign. That this person has water in their chart, and this water is the thing that makes you so spiritual. It's the water that is making you really spiritual. This is someone with water in their chart. There's water in your chart heavily. Water is the most spiritual out of them all. The only one that can compare with spirituality with water is air. Water and air can kind of go neck to neck. Both of them are extremely spiritual, but they're spiritual in two completely different ways. Because air is more about like meditation and things like that. They're completely spiritual in different ways. Water is more, balancing with nature, but air is, the controlling of your mind. This is someone that has the ability to be able to control their mind, that you can tap into or read with ease, and that you can tap into the spiritual realm. Um, and so, this is someone, the divine feminine has water in their chart. This is, definitely someone, um, this is definitely someone with water in their chart. And the King of Wands represents Scorpio as well. And even though that is water, the King of Wands is still seen as fire because, even though Scorpio is a water sign, Scorpio can definitely be seen as fire. And, even when you look at, some of the paths for the zodiac sign, Scorpio eventually goes into the Phoenix. When Scorpio is at its most mature state, Scorpio goes into the Phoenix, which is fire. And so I can see why the cards represent Scorpio as fire when it comes to the King of Wands. Um, this is a very powerful pairing. The hidden emotion here, you have clarity. Truth is going to come out. Honesty is going to come out. Someone is getting clarity on who you are, what this connection is. This could be someone that didn't believe in twin flames and stuff like that, and now they're seeing that this relationship was very spiritual. You have the Oracle card, they're looking you up. This is someone that is, looking at your page, looking at everything you post, looking at your videos and stuff like that, trying to make it pretend like, they don't care anymore. But at the end of the day, this is someone that is definitely looking you up. You have in the challenge position, we start with the Five of Swords, and the Five of Swords is all about fights and conflicts. Thank God the next card is the Four of Swords, which is talking about resting and retreating. This person is fighting you in every way possible, but something is going to happen where this person is going to stop fighting and they're going to give up. They're throwing in the white towel. They're going to rest and retreat. And this is someone, they're dealing with a separation. That is where this bitterness come in at in the overall energy, is that they're dealing with this separation, this heartbreak that has occurred with you. But now you have, as the last card in this run, you have the Two of Swords, that there is a decision that's going to have to be made. A decision is going to end up being made, but it's only going to be once this person stop all of the fighting and they learn how to deal with this separation. They're going to end up opening their eyes of why this separation had to occur. And when you look at the board, the challenge position is always divinely connected with the crossing energy. And the crossing energy is telling you that an awakening is happening, that they're learning who the Empress truly is. And the Empress is very diverse in this energy. The Empress is the High Priestess. The Empress is the Queen of Wands. This person is understanding the other person power and what they possess and what they are supposed to be in their life. You have, as the clarifier over here, you have the Emperor. The Emperor is all about power and authority, realization, and it's the divine masculine. And so the combination of all of this is the Emperor learning how to take their authority back and getting out of this crazy energy of attacking. This is realization, that they're realizing what it is they need to do and what it is that they had. And this is someone that is stepping into their power. They're the divine masculine. This is someone that's realizing that they're the divine masculine within this connection. You have, as the hidden emotion, you have distance. That, there's a separation, there's space and blockages between you two. And this person realized that. You have, as the oracle card, you have crying over you. This is someone that's crying over you in the middle of the night. This is someone that don't want to admit it, but they miss the shit out of you and they are crying over you and everything else. It's just like the last reading. They're attacking you during the day, but crying over you at night. And you do have moving as the oracle card. This is someone that's going to possibly move. Whether this person is at a distance from you and they're moving closer, or whether this is someone that moved down the street and they're moving back in with you. There's going to be a move here. But, this thing is eventually going to come back together, but it's going to take time because you're still in this energy of apprenticeship where it means that there's still some things that you guys got to learn. You have the cards at the bottom of the deck, which we have 3 different decks on the board. You have, in the original tarot cards, the Rider-Waite, you have the 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands is about fights, but the 5 of Wands is also about competition. And so even under here, you have the Fool card, which is talking about a new beginning. This is someone that's going to eventually end up fighting for you and chasing you. The 5 of Wands is all about competition, where it's saying, I don't want nobody else to have you. I'm going to put my bid in and I'm going to actually fight for this connection. You have the card at the bottom of the deck for the hidden emotion. You have abandoned. This is someone that feels like they have been left out in the cold. This is someone that's dealing with abandonment issues. And so this person is going to learn how to deal with the fact that, their actions is the thing that caused this separation, and they're going to end up learning how to deal with it. You have the card at the bottom of the deck for the oracle card. You have into you. This is someone that's ready to run into your arms. This is someone that don't want to fight anymore, but they're ready to love. Toxic energy, toxic as fuck, but it has, some good in here. You know what I'm saying? Don't throw it all away just yet. Ponder it, tap into spirit, and let's see what spirit want to reveal to you first. Because this, I'm telling you, this is toxic, but come on, what else can you say? The Magician and the High Priestess, I like this more than any other pairing on the board. The Magician and the High Priestess, come on. That's my jam. The Emperor and the Empress, come on. The King of Wands and the Queen of Wands, confirmation always come in 3. And you have 3 divine pairings on this board. This is confirmation that this is a very strong divine connection in some sort. Let's see what angel numbers want to come out. Spirit, reveal what you want to reveal. $24.24, good times. $777, good luck. Luck is on your side. 2112 is up to you. Is up to you. You have 1011, which talks about take action, and 0505, which talks about an unexpected shift. Card at the bottom of the deck, we have 1818, which is willpower, which is the Magician. The Magician that talks about willpower. Angel number 2424 in the overall energy. Remember, this is the one that had the magician and the high priestess. It talks about good times. You are worthy of affection and pleasure. If you tell your family and friends how you feel, you will find that you are all on the same page and can work together effectively. Many people are rooting for you. If you spread love, it will find its way back to you multiplied. I love it. 24/24 is all about good times. Now to put this in my language is basically saying, you bitch ass magician, stop trying to attack the high priestess and tell this motherfucker what it is that you truly feel. Stop playing these elementary games of saying, I'm just going to do all of this shit to attack you, to keep your attention, and to keep you in my life. Grow the fuck up, you bitch ass motherfucker, and actually tell this person what you truly feel. That's what the angel cards is really saying. That's the urban way. You have the crossing energy. You have 777. 777, it talks about good luck. It's saying that good luck is on your side. This was the position of the Empress. This message is most likely to reach you during intense uncertainty. You will come out winning from everything that may come your way. It's also a sign that you have much life experience and wisdom to share. Yet you will need to emphasize efforts to get this message to others. So, once again, these angel numbers are very aligned with what we already seen, because 24/24 was talking about the magician, where it's like, look, if you want good times, you need to convey what it is that you actually want, which is love. Stop showing all of this hate when what you want is love. 777, which the Empress was here, which talked about legal issues and stuff that they were going through. This card is saying, look, luck is on your side. You're going to win everything that is tossed your way. No matter what is tossed your way, you're going to always find a way out of it. You're going to win. Come on now. This bitch or this nigga was seen as the Empress, the High Priestess, and the Queen of Wands. With that combination, what the fuck can you do? You can't do shit to this person. And so you're going to win no matter what. Luck is on your side. You have in the crowning energy, which was seen as the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands, you have 2112. It's saying it's up to you. Even if it seemed like you're not making any meaningful progress, things are moving in the right direction. If you see this number, it's a sign that everything will work out in your favor and your dreams will come true soon. Remember, when we seen this energy in the crowning energy, it said the King of Wands, the Queen of Wands with the Seven of Pentacles. It's saying that these two are eventually going to invest in each other, and it's going to be long-term success. It started with the Sun card, which was the past. It's saying that they were extremely happy. The present was the Nine of Swords, which was saying that they were going through anxiety, and the future was the Ace of Wands, which is a passionate new beginning that is blessed by the universe. So at the end of the day, universe is going to give an opportunity, but it's up to you. You have in the challenge position, which we seen the Emperor in the challenge position. Notice how the first thing you see is angel number 1011, and it's saying take action. It's basically saying, look, don't go to this nigga. This nigga is going to come to you. The Emperor is the one that's responsible for taking action, not the other person. This is a call to action to move forward. The sooner you get going, the sooner you will accomplish what you set out to do. Those with patience will eventually reap the reward of their perseverance. So this person is the one that's responsible for taking action. You have unexpected shift, 0505. This number serves as a gentle nudge to pursue whatever interests you most. It's possible that something could rock your boat, but you will end up exactly where you belong, which could be in somebody's arms. Your dream job or a bride. And so, And it's funny how the card is saying you will end up in somebody's arms, when the card at the bottom of the deck, where is what deck did I use? No, this is not the deck that I used. That's not the deck that I used. I used this deck. When the card that was at the I'm glad I looked at these cards, because I'm mixing shit. I done put this in the wrong goddamn deck. I'm so glad I looked at this shit. I'm so glad that I looked at it. Good job, Spirit. I'm glad I looked at that before shuffling these cards. When the card at the bottom of the deck was into you, and this person is in the other person's arms, and that's exactly what the angel number just said, is that you will be in someone's arms, running back to their arms. These cards are definitely, divinely connected, and these go over here. I'm glad I peeped that out before shuffling these things. Because that would have been bad. So yeah. Angel numbers is in line with the three decks that was already given to you. We can do one more deck, because some of y'all motherfuckers, y'all be y'all want to abuse divination. You want to know everything and don't want to leave anything to surprise. I like for things to be a surprise. I don't want to know every goddamn move. Give me the basics, and don't go too deep, because I want a surprise. Sometimes when we know too much, we fuck it up. Because when we know too much, we like, oh, this is gonna happen, and now we expect these things, and we can end up fucking it up, and we don't follow spirit. And so I don't want to know too much. I just want to know just enough. I just want to know just enough so that it give me the encouragement I need, or whatever it is. This is gonna be the last deck. Wait till it jump out. Let me wait for it to jump out. Come on. This is why I've been doing a lot of shuffling before I even start. This light is always flickering. This is the only light in the house that flickers. It's by the ancestor altar. No alliances, yep. This energy, you got jealousy issues. This person is, that could have been the thing that, really started a lot of stuff in this relationship, is that this person could have been extremely jealous of you. Because, like I said, the High Priestess is just like, when you walk in the room, all eyes on you. When you walk in the room, all eyes on you. When you walk in the room, all eyes on you. When you walk in the room, all eyes on you. All eyes on you. Who can compare with the energy of the High Priestess? Come on now. You know, when the high priestess come in, just bow down, bitches. Just bow down, bitches. That's it. You know, who can fucking compare with the high priest energy? I love the high priestess. I think out of all the cards, I think I really do love the high priestess. The high priestess is a very powerful card. That is the card that speaks to me the most. I love the high priestess. Very sacred knowledge, spiritual. There's differences within this connection, and the thing is that you need to build bridge these differences. There could, whether this is a cultural difference, whether it's a difference with upbringing, there's a difference within this connection, and that's what the overall energy is saying, is that these differences can either bring challenges or they can bring growth. Let's hope that it brings growth. There's some differences between you two. You have in the crossing energy. Crossing, come on. I'm getting sleepy. Y'all. I'm sorry. I'm tired. I've been fasting, and so yesterday was day one of fasting, and when I fast, I get pretty weak. Not weak. I get more sleepy and stuff throughout the day. I mean, I don't have any food to, give me energy. It's just eating the fat in the body. Whenever you do a fast, the body is just eating the reserved fat. And so, today is day two of fasting. And so, and I don't even know how many days I'm going to fast for. I was just, like I told you in my live, I get to my altar and I just vibe. I smoke my cigars and I just vibe and everything. And Spirit was like, you need to fast. And I was like, damn, I don't want to fast. I want some chicken wings. Shit, I want some barbecue chicken wings and an amarilla sour. Shit. Like, I hate when Spirit tell me to fast. I'm like, but here in Arizona, normally I would do fast with no liquids, but I don't abuse it with the liquids, and it's not just any liquids. Normally it's just like a tea, water, stuff like that. It's not anything. It's not a whole fucking smoothie or anything like that, because a fast is to break you down, that Spirit can come in and you receive more downloads and stuff like that. And so clearly it's not enough calories to keep me up. So but you gotta be smart with your fast. Arizona is too goddamn hot to go without liquids. Food, go without it. And that's the main thing to me, is food. But liquids, hell no. You're gonna end up finding yourself in the hospital, if not dead, just fainting. You need fluids in Arizona, so we must be wise when it comes to our fasting and stuff like that. Ooh, but I gotta take me a power nap before I get out this door for work. Ooh, I be tired when I do a fast. Goddamn. Day two. I don't know how long I'm gonna do it, but anyways, let's get back to this reading. This is the last card you have in the crossing energy. You have supportive circle, and so this is someone that has a circle of people around them, but you have a facade of concerns. Someone concerns may not be sincere. Hiding their motives. And so this could be someone around a circle of people, thinking that these people have your best interests at heart, but they don't. In this position, you had that the emperor was getting realization and awakening on who the empress was. And so that means this could be the emperor around people that's really not serving their highest good. And as they go through this awakening to see who the empress is, they're probably going to end up losing their so-called supportive circle. You have in the crowning position, you have trust is in progress. And so, there's going to be a possibility that there's going to be an opportunity for you guys to rebuild trust. You have attachment issues. I think attachment issues is one of those things that's very common when you're dealing with someone with abandonment issues, because abandonment issues was at the bottom of the deck for the original reading. And so, this is someone that's going to once again want to be attached. And you have in a challenge position, you have new alliances. This is somebody that want to go together. Funny how you got new alliances, and then you got fake ass bitches over here. So it's like you lose this big ass group and you go to true alliances. And so this is someone that's gonna this is a couple coming back together. I hate that you still got jealousy issues at the bottom of the deck. This is someone that's jealous of you. You were with someone that was jealous of you, and they're gonna have to learn how to deal with that and how to work through that. Oh, I'm tired. Let me take me a quick power nap before I have to get out this door and go to work. Cause I want to say I got up at 2. Spirit got me up at 2:00, and when Spirit gets you up in the morning, it's not just it's not just so you can get up and pee and stuff like that. When Spirit gets you up in the morning, Spirit wants you to do something. And so when Spirit wake you up like that, especially when this is not the time you normally wake up, always go to your altar and start praying to see what it is that Spirit wants you to do. Because, sometimes Spirit is waking you up because there's an attack. And see, that's that energy. See, I love how Spirit always bring everything back. Everything that I talk about is never random. It's never random shit. It's always connecting to something in the goddamn reading. And that is the energy of a high priestess. And that's why you can't fucking catch a high priestess. You can't fucking catch a high priestess. And it's because of shit like that. With a high priestess, Spirit will wake that person up in the middle of the fucking night and tell them to start doing workings. And they have no idea of why they're doing these fucking workings and why they're at the altar praying. But while they are there, all of the witchcraft and everything else that's coming against them is being destroyed just like that. It didn't even make it to their goddamn house. That is a high priestess. A high priestess sees things miles away. Whether they realize it or not, they see things miles away. It is very hard to attack a high priestess. High priestess is powerful energy. It's very hard to attack a high priestess. It's like the moment you lit that candle, or before you even lit that candle, to send the high priestess something, Spirit woke that person up 30 minutes ahead of time and was like, bitch, get up and go to the altar. You can't catch a fucking high priestess. Trying to do work and stuff on a high priestess will get you so fucking irritated, because it will be like, why is my shit not landing? Because you are fucking with a goddamn high priestess. You can't get a high priestess like that. I'm sorry. High priestess, they don't slip. Baby, I don't slip. 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 High priestess don't slip. It's gonna take a lot for you to catch a high priestess up. It's gonna take a lot. Those bitches, they be ready. A high priestess, that high priestess energy, you just not finna catch them like that. But I'm finna take me a quick power nap. I gotta take me a quick power nap because I gotta get some energy and focus on work. That's the one thing about it. Fasting when you still gotta work. Ooh, that's crazy. That's crazy. But that's the reading, y'all. I really feel that this reading is divinely connected with the last reading, that whoever the last reading is for, this reading is for you as well. These things are too connected, and it's different from what we've been getting, because the other readings weren't as messy like this. But remember, only take what resonates. Divination is confirmation. Don't take anything that Spirit haven't revealed to you. All right, y'all, I'm out.